Welcome to the Blueprints Podcast. I'm Isabelle Broidigam, Director of Sales and Marketing at Custom Built Designer Modeling, and I'm joined by Michael Flory, founder, CEO, and of course, my dad. And on today's episode, we are going to talk about getting around people to be inspired.
Yeah, excited.
I know, me too. You love inspiration.
Yeah.
So let's jump in. But I just recently went down to the International Builders Show, or the Kitchen Bath Industry Show. Both of them are kind of a huge convention center in Orlando. And that was something that you've been to in the past?
Yeah, the IBS show.
Which everybody, the IBS show.
International Builder Show, the IBS. We're going down to IBS. People are looking at you like, where are you going? You're going to get inspired at IBS. Wow, that's pretty cool. So, no, the International Builder Show, yeah, that's part of the National Association of Home Builders. It's their annual conference where all the manufacturers, Kohler, the big names, they come and it's like a giant conference center down in Orlando. I mean, it takes up the whole city practically.
So wild. I mean, there's so
millions
many.
Of square footage.
Yeah, so many things to see. I mean, I was there for 2 full days and I walked around the entire time and I didn't see everything that was there.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, you got trucks there from Ford, all the construction related stuff. It's
new products and vendors that we've worked with for a long time.
There's all kinds of educational series that you can do and student education and new education stuff for business owners to figure out how to take their business to the next level, networking, everything.
Yeah. So if you're in the construction industry, it's an awesome conference or convention to go to.
Right.
And we haven't sent people in a couple of years. And so this year I got to go down with Diana and Amy, 2 of our designers, and then Diana sells as well on our team. And so it was just fun to go down there. And I went down there with really 2 goals. One, because I love my goals, right? Get clear on what you want to take out of something. But one was to meet people and to make some great connections. And the other one was to be inspired with the new products and offerings that were out there.
Right.
And so the second one was really easy to cross off my list. And then the first one, I was like, all right, who do I really want to meet here? Shay McGee was there, and she's always been somebody that I've been inspired by.
Chip and Joanna, were they down there?
Chip and Joanna weren't there.
We missed it. We went to Waco a few years back. Remember you and I?
Yes, we did.
We took the 5 girls and we did a road trip, and me and the 5 girls. We got to do that again.
Yeah, we do.
This year?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do a road trip. We went down and we missed Chip and Joanna by 10 minutes.
I got to fit into my schedule first, but yeah, let's find a time.
Remember we missed them by 10 minutes?
Yeah, we literally missed them by 10 minutes. But I got to see Shay McGee and kind of see the Kohler setup too, which I was really excited about.
Does Chip know Shay?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I mean, they're both HGTV.
Okay.
That's so random. Does Chip know Shay? Like, I would know that. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, but one of the things is right before I left for the trip, it was a fun little phone call I had with Aiden, my brother, your oldest son. So he worked.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Yeah, he
works. Play it out for us.
He works in the business as well, and him and I love to talk and connect. And so I was talking to him, and he said something about IBS, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going down there." He's like, "What? You're going down there?" And he kind of got a little spicy with me.
Because we had talked about maybe him going down.
Well, we had talked about last year sending people, and we decided last minute to cut the trip. But the production guys really didn't want to go down. They're like, come on, you guys. Like, what? I don't want to go. Like, let us build our stuff. I mean, they're very hardworking, and I'm always inspired by that. But they're like, no, we're heads down hardworking. Yeah. Like, don't mess with our system here. And so anyway, it was funny because I was like, you want to go to that, Aiden? And he was like, yeah, I want to go to that. And I was like, why the heck do you want to go to that? And he's like, well, there's a bunch of deck builders that I know who are going to be there, and they're doing this awesome booth, and there's this new product. It's Everlast, like a new composite. Well, it's a PVC decking product. He's like, I want to see it and all this stuff. And so I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm leaving in 3 days. Like, it's not really likely, but let's see what we can do. And so anyway, he wasn't able to come down, which next year we'll get him down there. But I was like, send me the guys that you would go see and connect with. So I go up to the Everlast booth. So that was like one of my things. I was like, I'm going to go just see if there's any connection to make
How did he know this guy?
On Instagram.
Okay.
So yeah, it's Kevin Croquette. He follows him along on Instagram and really likes the content he puts out, and he builds really awesome decks. And I mean, the projects are amazing, right? And he's based in Rhode Island.
But he's also has a big following, right?
Yeah,
so
he has
Aiden
a large following.
Him. Okay.
Yeah, so Aiden will follow, and has just followed along with him for, I think, a few years at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
So I go up to the Everlast booth, and I immediately start talking with one of the founders of this product. So Everlast is the booth, so it's that product, but then there was a few deck builders that came together to actually put the booth together, and it was sweet. Like, they had this little island in the center that was all made out of this PVC material, and it was rounded, and the corners on this booth were really cool, and the way that all the decking like wrapped around, and I don't know all the technical terms, but it looks sweet.
Just what Aiden likes to do. High-end custom.
Yeah, the custom products and everything. And so I started talking with the founder of Everlast, and I'm hearing like, okay, they started this product in Africa, and long story short, like grew it to be the largest PVC composite decking material in the continent of Africa. And then of all places, this guy moves to Traverse City, Michigan. So then I have this connection because he's right in Traverse City.
Yeah, and we have an office up there.
Yeah, and they're breaking this product into the market here in America. Yeah. So it's just cool to hear like the evolution of this. And so we're chatting, having a great conversation, and then all of a sudden I tell him, okay, well, like who built this booth here? He's like, Kevin, and Kevin's there. He's like, Kevin, come on over. Kevin comes over, and I get to meet Kevin, and I'm like, I think this is the Kevin that Aiden like sent me. But to be fully transparent, like I didn't really look into Kevin's account beforehand, and I didn't really know a lot about Kevin. I just knew that Aiden liked Kevin. And so I start asking questions, quickly make the connection. Like, I think, do you have an Instagram following? I think my brother follows you and likes your stuff. And so one thing leads to the next, and we have this great connection. And I mean, there was lots of details in there, but he finds out that we're doing this TV show, the design and remodeling show with Custom Built here, local TV program with 4 sponsors. And he's like,
we have a TV show?
Yeah, we do.
Oh my gosh.
You know that.
Okay.
You're the star on the show.
Okay, right.
You're the co-host. And so he's like, that's what we want to do eventually. And so he's like, let's find a project. I'll like fly out, bring my guys, and let's film it and make this a fun connect. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And so we exchanged contact information. I tell you this story, and then I come back from IBS, and there was so many more things I think we could talk on IBS, but to kind of keep this story going, there's another cool twist here that you're going to get into, which is I'm telling you, hey, the next thing is let's get Kevin on a call, us 3, I'll introduce you, make the connection, all this stuff.
Yeah. So and that says we're you have a lot going on, right?
I do.
You've had a lot going on. Your calendar's full. And I just said, why don't I take that off your plate? And how did you respond to that?
I said, well, I really think because I made the connection with Kevin that I should probably loop you in. And
you didn't think I could handle it, huh?
I would just.
That's the way I took it, right? Like she doesn't think I can handle talking to this guy.
Yeah, that is the way you took it. That's not the way I meant it.
I know that's the way where you were thinking, but that's the way I felt.
But yeah, I was like, hey, I want to make sure, you've always taught me warm referral connections.
Sure,
don't just, cold hand off. So that's why.
So you gave me the contact information. I was driving up to our Boyne office. On the way up to our Boyne office, I had this 1.5-hour conversation with Kevin over the phone. They had just had a big snowstorm, like a once in the century snowstorm. I don't know if he said like 2 or 3 feet in one day or something. And
it was crazy.
He was on one of his bobcats or something, plowing snow, and him and I just got to chatting away about everything under the sun. So
he's in a bobcat plowing snow when you're driving up to Boyne?
Yeah, I'm driving up to Boyne. He's plowing snow in his bobcat, and we just become pretty much fast friends over the phone and talking about, this and that and the other thing. And he's telling me about the product. He's telling me about how amazing it is, and I can tell he really knows his stuff. And I'm really not on Instagram. I do have a big following. No, I actually don't. But Kevin does, and so it was just really fun listening to him. We basically ended up getting to talking about like what he does, and half of his business is media and half of it is building. And so he's actually built a company where he doesn't work during the wintertime because he's creating content all year round, and he's got sponsors, and he's working with companies like Everlast, and he gets to fly down and put together booths for, the International Builder Show, et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, as we're talking, he's like, yeah, I'd love to come up and do a job. And I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. And he's like, well, the problem is we don't have any distribution up there. I'm like, the product is, I can't even get it. And he said, nah, not really. I said, well, where's the nearest place? I mean, we could drive and get the material or whatever. And he's like, well, we're working on it. And I was like, well, I'd love to do a project. Let's figure this out. And so we got to talking. Long story short, we get to the end of the conversation. And I just said, hey, do you know Northville? Northville is a partner of ours on the
TV show.
On the TV show. And Stuart, he'll tell you he's the oldest business in Michigan.
Yeah.
How does he say that? We're the oldest Michigan And he's like, what's that?
We're the oldest business in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, in the state of Michigan.
And we've known Stu for a long time.
Yeah, he's
done
been supplying our decking forever.
Business for years and years with him. So they've been a huge supporter.
So at the end of our conversation, I start saying to him, he's like, yeah, we're having a hard time getting distribution up there.
Yeah.
And I said, I know the owner of Northville Lumber. I said, they're the largest Trex dealer in the country. And I said, they sell other decking. I'm sure he could introduce you to some sort of distributor or whatever. And
you made some comment, at least you told me I'll connect you with Stu and we'll.
Yeah, no, when we got off the phone, I basically just told him I'm gonna call Stu. I'm gonna get a hold of Stu. And then Kevin was like, yeah, and then we'll figure out a way and we'll get up there and build a deck with you.
Yeah.
And so we get off the phone and I got up north and Jonathan and I had a couple in homes and hanging out most of the day. And I mean, shortly thereafter, I get a long text message back from Kevin. I should get it out and read it. But Kevin's like, hey, man, the universe must really want.
Well, and he put it in a team in a group chat. So it was me, you, and him. Yeah, okay. I was on it.
So you can tell. What did he?
Well, because there's another plot twist to the story.
Okay, let's plot twist. Let's go.
So he sends this text, which basically it said.
Yeah, he's like, universe must want to get together. I'm going to be up in Michigan a week. I just found out I'm going to be in Michigan a week later. We just landed a distributor. And I'm going to be meeting with Stuart in a week from today. I'm going to be up in Michigan. You want to meet up and grab lunch? Yeah.
And the reason he's at Northville is because he's got another, through his social media following, he works with OC Lumber a lot.
OC Lumber, yeah.
Owens Corning. And Stu at Northville Lumber is a huge proponent of this product. And
he's taking it on as a stock item this year.
Yes.
So OC Lumber wants Kevin to come in and meet with Northville, kind of tell him about the product and how he's used it and all this stuff. Well, funny it is, last year, we did our first OC Lumber deck project. Yes. And OC Lumber is like the structure of a deck. It's the structural material. So the 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x8s, 2x10s, what you put the Trex decking on, that structural lumber will never rot. It's a structural.
It's a fiberglass material,
yeah,
is that right?
It's like a plastic composite with fiberglass in it. I don't really know the technical makeup of it, but you can look up OC Lumber, Owens Corning. Yeah, mm-hmm. Owens Corning Lumber. And it's an amazing product. And Aiden was like coming to me last spring. I remember he's like, we got to sell some cool stuff. And I didn't know he follows these Instagram guys. And he was listening to Kevin. And sure enough, Kevin was feeding Aiden. And Aiden was like, why don't we sell some nice stuff, and like.
Yeah. So Kevin texts us in a group chat and I see this come through. And I am literally 15 minutes from Northville Lumber. I just left Northville because we were doing a shoot over there for our TV show.
Yeah.
So you connected with Kevin in the morning. He had a call with his OC Lumber rep shortly later, and they're like, we're flying you out, Kevin, to go to Northville Lumber and meet Stuart, the owner.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, I'm on site, and we're literally doing a shoot with Northville Lumber. Yeah. And Stu wasn't there that day, but his son Stu was there. And so, literally we're connecting with him. You're up in Boyne City. I'm driving back, and I just can't believe it. It just was so cool on so many levels.
Yep. So delegate to elevate, right? You can let go of things, and even if it doesn't work out like it did for this scenario, but that's the beauty of our business and business in general is that there's a much bigger component always at play. Faith, wherever you fall on the spectrum, you can't make stuff like that. You can't make it up.
And then to add to the story, you're going where tomorrow?
I'm heading out to Rhode Island.
Yeah, JLC Live.
JLC Live, yep.
Another large convention. Kevin's going to be there.
Well, back up. So Kevin and I ended up having lunch.
Oh, that's right.
A week later, he came into town and Kevin's like, hey, you want to grab lunch? And so I went over.
I was in Florida too.
Met Kevin and the OC Lumber rep, and we had a great time, became fast friends. And Kevin's like, you guys really got to come out to JLC Live. And I had forgot about JLC Live. We were going to go last year. I had Josh convinced to go, and he was pretty excited.
Our production director.
Yeah. Well, when we built the yearly calendar this year, we just didn't even have it on as an option to go to. There's so many shows. I mean, there's JLC Live, there's NARI, there's the North American Deck and Railing Association show. Yeah. I mean, there's all these different, construction shows. But Kevin was like, when I saw Kevin at lunch, Kevin's like, you got to come to this one. He said it's better than IBS. He said it's the best show. So he's from Rhode Island, so maybe he's a little biased. I don't know, but
you'll find out.
We're excited. No, I think
so. Now you're going and you're taking Aiden, you're taking Calvin and Jonathan, and Noah.
We got 3 people from our production team, and then your youngest brother. Mm-hmm. Noah, who's 15, and him and I were in the car this morning driving to driving him into school, or he was driving himself into school. He's 15. He's got his permit.
Oh, little buddy.
And we were just talking about it, and it's like, why would you go to a conference like this? Dad, what's this going to be like? You know, I can kind of just hear it in his voice, like, you know, what do you got me roped into? And then I said,
what am I skipping
said, well,
school
buddy,
for?
like, we're getting to go to a place where everybody that's going to be at this show is there to learn. Like, they're spending money to send their people there. They're there as owners. A lot of them are going to be smaller size businesses with the owners there, and people are there to learn. And it's going to be full. It's going to be vibrant. We're really actually flying out tonight. Today's Thursday. Yeah, it started today, so there was all classes today.
Oh, you fly out tonight?
Yeah, we fly out tonight at 9:00. So, but there's all classes today, and then tomorrow there will be the conference will open up, and so the conference show the what do you call it?
The showroom area. I mean, the vendor where all the vendors are,
and it's huge. I mean, it's going to be a huge thing, not like IBS, but it's a smaller version of it.
So cool. So again, like, there are, for everybody, no matter what industry you're in, but especially in the construction industry, there are awesome conventions, conferences that you can go to really expand your growth, but then also get around people so you get inspired.
If you hadn't gone to IBS, we wouldn't have met Kevin, and I wouldn't be probably going out to Rhode Island.
Right.
And we're getting to go there, and our guys are going to get to learn. JLC Live, Journal of Light Construction. It's like the premier, like, how to do construction magazine. So I'm really excited to get Aiden and Kelvin and Jonathan out there just to kind of get them exposed to that. I mean, we got their magazine forever. We still get the magazine, but none of this generation reads magazines. It's all, you know, on your phone. But
so now I'm looking forward to hearing your story when you come back.
Yeah, we'll bring back some good.
You're going to make some sort of connection, and then it'll turn into something.
We're going to create a lot of content. I think you got me creating content.
I do. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys come back with as a team, because I mean, I got to go with some of our design side, and now you're taking some of our key production players down there. And I'm just excited to feel the energy.
Yeah, we'll have to do another episode.